Hi everyone, welcome to Clutch Entertainment today, and today we'll be talking about how to get a good social life and how to have some good social skills. There's a number of things in our lives that affect, whether we can communicate with others, whether we can interact with others, and then get to know other people. And there's some times in our lives when we feel lonely, or we're alone or isolated, and we just don't have many friends. So today I'm going to talk about like some things you can do and some things that you can work on to get to that place where you can be with a bunch of people again. And you can, whether or not being it's like two or three people or four people or, maybe a group of 10 or something or more. But it's all to improve your social skills and to how to communicate with others also. I did another video with communication, and you can check that out in one of my earlier videos. But that one was more focused on like communicating with others, how to like communicate and get to know the person like in general, or get to know like someone's viewpoints. This is more of like how to have like good skills with interacting with other people. So today I'm talking about how to have a good social life and to be very productive with that. So the first thing I would say is like when you have a when you want to have a good social life is to work on yourself first. You want to be sure that you are well dressed, well groomed, have like some good like hygiene. You want to make sure that you're like dressed appropriately. Like I said, you want to be sure that you're sitting up straight. When you're talking, or you're standing up straight, or you don't want to have like your arms crossed like this, or you don't want to be like like this. Oh my goodness, like I don't know what I'm doing. Like you don't want to have any kind of body language too that is going to turn somebody off. So basically the first thing to do is to work on yourself. Make sure that you have a positive attitude. Make sure that you want to be the best you can be, and make sure that you're in a good place. So I would say the second thing is like give yourself some practice. So you want to be able to practice with other people. You want to be talk to others, and you want to be able to interact. So like if it's your family, for example, try talking to your family about certain things. Like, hey, like what's going on in the sports world today, or what kind of issues are going on in the world, or what's the new laws going on in the United States, any new crazy laws that are getting changed or such like that. You want to basically start up a conversation about a common topic and something that may be controversial or something that's not controversial, and then see how you interact with them, how you have your own reactions, how you look at yourself as a whole. That could be good practice. Another good way to practice is maybe getting your pet out or something like that. So for example, here's Serenity. We're going to practice talking. Hi Serenity, how you doing? So yeah, see, I'm practice talking with her, and she's having a good time. She's a good cat. But yeah, if you practice talking to your best friend that's a cat, that's another thing you can try. So another thing you can also try is talking to someone that's in your classroom, someone that's in a group that you're in, someone that's just one on one with people. As time goes on, you'll be able to learn from those other people, and then you'll also get to a point where you're able to communicate with like more people, and then it gets to a point where communication comes firsthand, and your socializing with others becomes firsthand. So I would say that's the first like main thing you should do is just practice. Practice with your pets too. Like I said, they're not going to talk back, but you can get some confidence from talking to them. Another thing you could try is, give yourself some time alone. Know that you have boundaries. Know that you want to talk to people, you want to socialize with people, but there's also something outside of the social life. You got to take care of yourself. Giving time to yourself so you can, make sure you're eating healthy, make sure you're exercising, make sure you're being a good overall person. And that's what I was going back to, like when I was talking about taking care of yourself in the very beginning, like as far as grooming and stuff, and making sure that you're living the best life you can be. And this is what I'm saying, like as far as being alone, you want to be able to handle yourself being by yourself, and being able to be confident, in yourself in general. I would say the next thing is to try to, like, if you want to like try to get to know a bunch of people, find an event or something that's like in person at least once a week. That way you get people with maybe someone in your age group, maybe people that are outside your age group, just anybody. Maybe it's some kids, maybe it's something else. Like, you want to be able to appropriately have like that social life with someone that is going to be applicable to you, you know. Someone that's like age appropriate for you, most likely. If you're doing like some kind of like social event where you're watching children, you know, you want to be able to be sure it's like something like a babysitting situation or something like that. Or if you want to like have like a social situation with people that are around your age, like say for me, it's like young adult group, you know, go to a young adult group. Or if you want to have another social situation where you want to like be around people that are like maybe older than you and maybe like have more wisdom, you know, join like, you know, churches, bowling leagues, like anything like that. And basically that'll give you like a bigger age range, you know, of people. I would say the next thing too would be like, you could host events, you know, say you want to have like, you know, a bunch of people over and you want to show them your new, I don't know, you want to show them your new arcade game you got, or maybe you want to show them the new video game that came out, or say you want to show them like have like a big home theater production, or you want to show someone like basically a projector you got or something like that. I would say like, you know, host your own party, you know, maybe there's a sporting event on TV, invite a bunch of people and say, hey, I'm having a sports party here. You want to watch the game with me tonight? Like, we can have a good time. You know, we can, you know, drink some drinks, eat some snacks, you know, something overall that's going to be really fun. Like, and you'll be able to just like talk about things, something to talk about common interest. It'll be a really great time. And you just, you know, go along with that and you can, you know, put yourself out there and advertise it a little bit. You can be like, this is something that's really important to me and I think it's going to be fun. You know, why don't we just try this out? Or if you want to have like some kind of event where you're like talking about a life experience. Say I wanted to go to an event and like talk for people and I wanted to, you know, just present my opinion and talk about ways to help someone. You know, I can contact like a contact center and then, you know, I can be a host, you know. So I would say like you want to be able to make a balance of hosting events and like initiating plans with people. Even if it's a one-on-one event, just call someone up and then make a friend, you know, like go to an event and then like after that event, you know, interact with a certain person and just be like, "Hey, let's hang out. Let's have a good time," you know. Meeting people and like public is probably the best way to, you know, initiate plans with someone, how to be around someone, you know, and to get to know people. I mean, you could always use the internet, you know, maybe playing a game with a friend or something, like meeting someone online. I mean, that's always good too, but always the first foremost, it's best to meet someone in person. Just because you get that body language experience, you get the like voice cues, the basically eye contact cues, all those different things, you know, and you can see exactly what kind of person they are, what they believe in, what they do, you know, what their mannerisms are. You know, if you get that idea of the picture of who they are, it makes it a lot easier for you to be like, oh, I want to interact with them again. So I would definitely like make sure you're making an event where you can be interacted with like a bunch of people that, you know, can be a wide range. So that would be the next thing. And then also I would say like overall, if you can make like 2 to 5 friends that are like really close and you can rely on like at certain times, like say you can't talk to your family about something, you know, and you need to talk to somebody really important, you know, you can just be like, hey, like I'm really going through this. Like, what can I do? Like, I just need a neutral, unbiased opinion, and they'll be able to give you a good perspective, you know. And it's important, you know, to be able to have that in your life because you're able to be like, oh, I can, you know, count on someone else that can, you know, be there for me. And having those 2 to 5 close friends like allows you to be like, you know, mostly available for most of them. Because if you have more than 2 to 5 friends, I would say like it's going to be really hard to like maintain a really good friendship and be really close to those friends just because like you have to like interact with them a certain amount of time. I mean, it's okay to interact with someone once every month or something if they're your friend. But like what I'm saying is like you can't handle, hundreds of friends. There's no way. Like no one can handle hundreds of friends. People direct their attention to maybe 5 to 10 people in their lives typically. Like that's typically like the amount of energy people can put into their lives with people. There's been some studies done. I don't have the exact numbers, but basically, people direct themselves to mainly 5 to 10 people in their life, like that are really like basically their main, like, I don't know how to describe it. Their main, like, I guess clan, I would say. We're all creatures of people who want to, be social, and that's the thing that's inbred in us by God. Like it's brought out of us as we interact with others, and we want to be with others. It's really hard to be alone. It's really hard to be by yourself for a long period of time. Like I don't know anybody who's ever like gone without a whole week of no people interaction that hasn't been like insane or something. There's so many things, like there's even put like people in dark rooms by themselves for like a day or two, like with food and water and everything, and they just want to talk to somebody. They want to be with somebody. That just shows like how much that we want to be social. We need somebody around. If we don't see anybody in our lives, we start to think like inwards too much, and we can't get rid of a lot of that negative energy that we have inside. So it's about directing that energy to meeting people. It's about directing that energy to gaining friendships. It's about directing that energy to having a good social life in general. And if you do a number of these things, it'll really help you to overall become a more social person, become a person who's dependable, a person who's a good friend, and a person who can, enjoy the social life they have. You got to have a good balance with everything, nothing of too much. You don't want to have too much of a social life where you're talking to everybody all the time, give no time to yourself. So it's mainly about finding a good, healthy balance. And if you can find that good, healthy balance, then you're going to have a good life with your social life. So thank you for watching Clutch Entertainment today. I'm glad you were able to watch. If you could like and subscribe, that would be great. And leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll be happy to answer any questions. But this is Philip signing off today, and hopefully you have a good rest of your day from Clutch Entertainment. Thanks.